Hello, welcome to another episode of Tabletop Scholar. I'm James.
I'm Jade.
And we're here to talk about some games.
I'm on my game today.
Are you?
I am.
Is that why you're a little taller? No. You were on the stretching rack yesterday?
I wasn't.
She's now on her tiptoes.
I'm not. That's how my nerve is. I'm 5'6".
All right, so today we are going to talk about the games that we like to play, games that we're going to be playing soon in upcoming episodes, and kind of her wish list of things that she's been wanting to learn.
Everything I get.
I'm going to start. I'm actually going to start with this game. This is recently released and pretty popular. This is Magic the Gathering Foundations.
Super excited about this. I've heard a lot about it. We have a huge community of it here at Gartar. Actually, the lobby is like full of everyone playing Magic right now.
Yeah, it's crowded right now.
So I'm extremely excited. I've been wanting to learn this forever, so having it brought up here is actually really cool.
So this kit is not open yet. These decks are ready to go, and they are still wrapped in plastic. But what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to teach you using the beginner set. Mm-hmm. It comes with 2 playboards where everything's all laid out good. Okay. And it's a lot easier to understand that way. Mm-hmm. And then we have some booster packs that we'll open up on camera that night. The episode that we do Magic the Gathering.
Super excited. I'd actually grabbed a booster pack from the front to put on my pile before I knew that
she did. I told her to go put it back because I had this.
I was very frustrated.
She was mad at me at first. All right, what you got?
The whole pack. All right, I have Pokemon. Never done Pokemon before, but again, it's one of those things that I'm just like, okay, I've heard about it everywhere. Huge community of it, and I've always wanted to learn it. So we have
do Pokemon at Guard Tower West on Tuesday nights. From 6 to 8, they have the Battle Academy for young players and new players. And then from 8 to 10, we have the older folks that come and they do tournament style. It's a lot of fun.
This is the Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer Box.
That actually came out today.
Did it really?
Yes, and we don't have any more copies. So we will get them back in stock, but every single one they sent us was accounted for, and it was we didn't even get enough for all the people that wanted them. They just didn't release that many. This is much anticipated, and I can't wait to get my hands on them for my kids. Like, I don't even get one. Wrap your head around that. Yeah, I was a little upset. Doesn't it look great though?
What's the point of working here?
Oh, dude.
I love that part of it's screen because of the green screen.
Yeah, you can see right through it. That's great. Okay, so speaking of card games, again, we have a ever-growing Flesh and Blood community here, and this is the beginner set for it. You can actually pick these up here at Guard Tower West or at Guard Tower East if you're on the east side. This one has a playmat in it and enough to build 2 decks.
So this is a card game?
This is a card game. Now, this was invented kind of, I think actually during the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
The reason it's called Flesh and Blood, it is. They want people to play in person, in flesh and blood.
Okay, I see it.
So this one has a whole bunch of pop culture style cards in it. So it just mixes things of all different types of genres.
That's pretty cool, because most of the time when it comes to things like this, you get a lot of fantasy or like older times type things. So it's pretty cool that they have modern games that you could play if you're more into that.
Well, the guy that leads our Flesh and Blood community here at Guard Tower West, his name is Brad, and we are going to have him on the show very soon because Flesh and Blood is releasing a new box.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what show that's going to be on?
It is going to be on Tabletop Scholar,
okay.
But I actually have it on the calendar if you want me to tell people. Pardon me while I look at my
I'm hearing about this as well. This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Yeah, it's brand new for her, sorry.
I have not played a lot of these types of games before, so I'm pretty new to the community in terms of like, before I came here, I had only played like Dungeons and Dragons, which was like, oh yeah, I love it, so why not? You know, and then I get here and there's so much, especially like Warhammer was like a big, like, oh, here's a lore to it, and it's like 17 books worth, and I'm like, oh, you gotta learn this, and I'm like,
I don't know why it's
pretty
not
easy, honestly.
populating on my calendar.
No big deal.
You're gonna have to check guardtowerevents.com to see when that comes up. We will have that website live for you next week. It's going to track all of the events at both Guard Tower West and at Guard Tower East, all in one concise location. It'll have our calendar. There will be a description page for each of the events for every game, everything we have going on. That's guardtowerevents.com. It can also be linked to through theguardtower.com, our main page with our store on it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I did Flesh and Blood. What is it? Show me something that you want to play.
Something I want to play. Okay.
All right. Have you ever played any of the other games?
No, I have not.
She's never played Munchkin, folks.
Never played it. Heard a lot about it from Jared. If you know him from our crew, or if you know him from Table Ready, he has talked about this before. I have never played it. Very, very excited too, because it seems relatively simple and cool at the same time. And I like those kind of like,
It's super simple.
Very easy to get into. Like I said, starting all these new games, stuff like that. It's nice to have like a little breather every once in a while. And I love Harry Potter. I'm a Gryffindor. If you're Slytherin, get out. But very excited. I didn't say that.
My daughter. No, you're fine. So, with Munchkin, essentially you collect loot cards and monster cards and such, and you advance through various levels, and the monsters get harder as you go. And so what this one is, they've taken the Harry Potter universe and replaced the Munchkin cards with Harry Potter everything. It's still Munchkin, but this is all Harry Potter. So if you love Harry Potter and you love Munchkin, you're gonna really love this game.
Very cool. It seems very, very neat.
All right, so here's a big one for me, because we do so much 40K, right? These are a couple of boxes from my personal set that we haven't put together yet, because these are slated to go on our ASMR channel. So if you've been watching our ASMR channel, we got snowed in. We had 2 snow days here in Columbus with a snow emergency. So I happen to live on the other side of town from our studio and couldn't be here. So we actually had to push a couple episodes back. And so our next upload of those will be next Friday, but we should actually have 3 episodes finished by then. So if you're liking our ASMR channel, stay tuned. We are going to have more. But these are kill teams.
Kill teams. Okay, so, I've heard of the what is it, the Battle Patrols, right?
Combat Patrols.
Combat Patrols.
So this is like the Diet Coke of Warhammer. So Warhammer 40K, essentially, like these are the Hearthkin Salvagers. But in Warhammer 40K, these are the Leagues of Votann. And everything from Kill Team can be played in Warhammer 40K, but not necessarily the other way around, right? Because these ones have where in Warhammer 40K, you are moving an entire squad and they work together. These are individual units that move on their own.
Interesting concept.
So it's a squad, but this is the only squad you get. And each unit moves independently and has their own stats and the way that they attack. When you take this and you put it in 40K, this is a squad.
Okay, got it.
So these are the Hearthkin Salvagers. I'm really looking forward to putting these together. Feel how heavy that is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right?
Those are dense.
Now, this one here, this is Inquisitors. There are...
Ooh, those look cool.
Yep, it says Inquisitorial Agents. In 40K, this would be the Imperial Agents. And it comes with Mystic Agent, an Interrogator Agent, a Death World Veteran.
That's so cool.
Yep.
I want to paint some of those. That would be...
Yeah, these are going to be a lot of fun. And as much hate as I give the Tau, they're actually really cool. This is a box of the Tau Pathfinders. And look, they have drones. You were there like making like gag?
No.
Wait until the Tau stomp you.
I didn't do anything.
All right, so that's from Kill Team. What do you got next?
All right, I have Altered Beyond the Gates.
You want me to tell you about it?
Yes, please.
So this one here is less of like a combat game and more of you're trying to achieve goals, right? You have to get I forget the exact wording. 2 players, but as you're playing, you have goals in your location, and they move closer and closer until you finish. Like it's not like Magic or Pokemon where you're trying to slaughter your opponent, right? The other thing with this is you have individual unique cards that you can pull that you register them and everyone in the world knows that it's yours. You have the only one.
Oh, Ooh, that's super neat.
Yeah,
That's really cool. I love the art as well. The art on it is just absolutely beautiful.
The artwork is fantastic. So you have 6 different, like you can see here, 6 different factions that you play. You can build your deck based in one faction, or you can combine things.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Do we have any big community that plays that, or is it kind of smaller?
The community at Guard Tower West is budding. I believe they have a few more players at East. I'm not sure because I don't run the events. I just show everybody.
Just out of curiosity, I know that sometimes West and East have different people that come through and.
What I would say is you can actually go to theguardtower.com and look up our current events calendar. Or within the next week, you'll be able to go to guardtowerevents.com, where it's all just neat and in a row.
Cool.
So more card games. Twilight of the Republic. I'm a big Star Wars fan. If we were in Star Wars, she's already a little bit on the way to falling to the dark side.
I blame Pathfinder.
So you can.
I've never been neutral in my life. It's always chaotic evil for me, and there's no.
I don't think she really understands chaotic evil. She's more chaotic neutral.
I put holes in Orphan's shoes just because he beat me in a game.
Yeah, but in real life, if she did that, she would cry.
I would not.
You totally would.
I would not.
The moment that the orphan was
so
like,
biased.
there's like holes in my
would.
shoes, and he got
I would.
frostbite on his foot, and you would just like weep. Like, I can't believe I did that to this kid.
But then I'd do it again.
Yeah, that's chaotic neutral.
Fair enough.
All right, so
let's do it again.
with this one here, you get, you have decks based on different commanders.
Oh, okay.
So the beginner set that we had Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ahsoka Tano, I believe.
Do you mind if I hold it?
Sure. But you can build your own decks. You don't have to use any of the pre-made stuff. So you're going to have force abilities,
I like
legendary
that. That's
fighters.
Pretty cool. Being able to choose what you want.
Yep, and so it is a combat trading card game based in the Star Wars universe, and I love Star Wars.
Super neat.
I was actually kind of offended the other day when these people were really hating on the movie Solo, because I liked it. It's just it wasn't what people expected. They were expecting space opera, and it's really a heist movie.
Ooh, I love a good heist movie.
It's set in the Star Wars universe.
I have never watched Star Wars. It just kind of hasn't been my thing.
We're gonna have to take her to school. So I also there was another movie that came out called Rogue One, and people hated on it because like, oh, this isn't a Star Wars movie.
We'll just have a watch party, and we'll have like half the screen play Star Wars, and then the other half is us just sitting on the floor watching it.
Well, Rogue One was a war movie in the Star Wars universe. But people that watch Star Wars are expecting a space opera, and they didn't get that, so they hated on it. And both were really good. Anyway, yeah, feel free to leave hate in the description. I'll fight you.
It's my turn.
Ah, fine.
Alright, so we have Middle Earth.
The Battle for Middle Earth?
I have not heard a whole lot. So let's go Battle.
So the Middle Earth strategy battle game is actually what it is. This is the rules manual for it. So the box set that we got, the War of Rohirrim, is this game.
And then this is from Lord of the Rings, correct?
Yes, this is actually made by Games Workshop. So the same people that make Warhammer 40k and Age of Sigmar and Necromunda and Kill Team.
We love all those.
Old World and Horus Heresy. And, you know, you get the idea. They also make Lord of the Rings. They all fancy stuff, right?
Yeah.
So we have a bunch of miniatures to put together, and we will actually be playing that.
Oh, when?
On Tabletop Scholar. I would say probably next month, because I want to finish those miniatures, and we have not had the opportunity to finish the box. I also would like to get I forget the name. It's not, the equivalent of a spearhead or combat patrol. The move phase. Yes, it's definitely a DW game.
Some of the pages and stuff. Oh, now you can't see anything. So
you can see right through Jade.
Imagine being a viewer.
Yep. All right. Now can I show this box?
Oh, fine.
All right. So this is Bolt Action. This
I've heard a lot about
Steel
that.
Starter set. On Sundays at Guard Tower West, we have a huge Bolt Action community. I do believe there's some players at East as well, but here we have about 15 to 20 people every Sunday.
Okay, that's a good group.
That's a lot for a game that a lot of people don't even know exists. So what this is...
I've heard of Bolt Action, I just never played.
Yeah, it's a war game similar to games like Warhammer 40k. But this is set in World War II, and you can play as the Axis powers or as the Allies. And not just in general, but each individual nation. You can play as the US, you can play as Britain, you can play as Germany, you can play as the Russians. There's a bunch. Like everybody that was in World War II, you can find them, not in this box, but in general.
Surprising, because that box looks like it has everything in it.
No, this is enough for 2 starting armies. I believe this is the US and the Germans.
Okay.
That's why it's the Blood and Steel with the Panzer tanks. Oh no, it's British.
I see.
British and German.
Cool. That is amazing.
It's good stuff. Gosh, I can't really say enough good things. The community that plays this, just a bunch of really good guys, and they're having a blast.
That's cool. That's really neat. It's good when the community is the same as the game when it matches up like that.
Yep.
I mean, it makes it so much better.
And so if you are a bolt action player looking to play, you can play here at Guard Tower West on Sundays, and you can check our website again for more information.
All right.
All right, what you got?
Listen, I know that we played this on Table Ready.
She wasn't here for this.
I wasn't here, and Table Ready is not my show. Halo Flashpoint. I saw them playing it a little bit, and it looked awesome. I want to play it.
So, Halo Flashpoint is made by the same people that make Firefight. It's Mantic. Mantic makes it. So, they've done their best to capture really, I think, what Halo 3 felt like in a board game. So they have Spartans of several different ilk and elites. I don't know for sure that they're going to add brutes and grunts and jackals, but from the looks of things, man, that's so generous.
Not again.
Like, you open your mouth so wide and didn't puke on the table.
Every time. It's always, that's so generous that you didn't eat everyone in the room. Or, you know, every time I yawn, I just sit there and I wait for him to say it.
So Halo Flashpoint.
You destroyed my spirit.
It's a lot of fun.
Within every yawn.
This set actually comes with 8 Spartans, so you have 4 for each side.
It kind of looks like, doesn't look like, it kind of reminds me of Warhammer a bit, which is kind of cool. That's me connecting the dots a little bit of like, okay, here's the map, here's your...
This one has slightly different rules for cover and things of that nature. It is, it has 3D terrain.
I just thought it was cool. Looks super neat.
It's pretty fantastic. I also have the special edition Master Chief miniature.
Ooh, okay.
Who carries an energy sword. So in this game, the elites are essentially worth 2 Spartans. And Master Chief is on par with the elites.
Okay.
So. But we have this. We have both the Recon edition and the Spartan edition. And we'll get that out and let you play the Spartan edition sometime soon.
Same thing.
Maybe if you ask Jared don't ask. Be like, Jared, I'm challenging you to Halo Flashpoint.
I do that a lot.
I'll tell you what Jared will do. Here's my impression of him here. Okay. Was that good?
That was actually really good.
Did I nail it?
That was actually really good. Like a little the shrug with one shoulder up a little bit.
Yeah, it was great. We love you, Jared. You're awesome.
Love you, Jared.
All right, what you got next?
Wait, is it your turn?
No, go ahead.
Oh, is it my turn? It's your turn.
I decide whose turn it is, and it's your turn.
I'm taking over the show. It's your turn.
No, it actually looks really cool.
You know what else looks really cool?
This one I'm going to dive into. It's going to take a minute. Let's get that one out.
Here is Cthulhu. I've heard a lot of Call of Cthulhu, which I don't think that this is the same thing, but all in all, Cthulhu.
You know what the Call of Cthulhu sounds like? No one does, because you go mad and die. Oh, that's a good joke.
I wish I got that joke.
Yeah, well, so...
You know, I have played.
It's not my fault that you don't know the lore of Cthulhu.
You're supposed to teach me.
So this is a board game based in H.P. Lovecraft's world around Cthulhu. Cthulhu is an eldritch being. Some would say he's an eldritch god. Essentially, he's a creature so old, so powerful, and so foreign to humanity that we don't understand his motivations or anything that he does.
So cool.
And interacting with him in any capacity will drive you insane until you die, basically.
It seems really cool, very elaborate.
Mm-hmm.
As we can see, I'll show the back to y'all. Lots of bear mini kind of things, and a very diverse map is what it looks like.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Really cool stuff. I've heard the name Cthulhu a couple times, and so
Cthulhu loves you. No, he doesn't. Maybe he does.
I'm gonna make him love.
Is it that confusing?
Supposed to be Halo Scholar, and I'm failing. I feel like I'm back in school. But
I mean,
super
you're,
cool.
you're on
super
a
excited.
show called Scholar.
Yeah, that's
All right, next up, Marvel Crisis Protocol. We haven't really put this one on any of our shows recently because there's just so many games out there that it's difficult to get to everything.
Right.
But soon we are going to do a couple episodes where we feature this. This is the core set. This one in particular, you have Doc Ock, you have Spider-Man. I actually had to think for a second when I looked at Spider-Man. If that tells you how tired I am, this week has been crazy. So you have Captain Marvel, Ultron,
And-
Red Skull. What?
You said that this is a combat game, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So think Halo Flashpoint. It's going to be similar to that.
Okay.
With Marvel characters.
All right.
Yeah, good stuff. So
Super cool.
if you want to check that one out, there is a how to play on our channel. We are going to do some more updated stuff because there are some expansions that have come out. And I want to include some of those expansions in our how to play series so that people can understand the dynamic better.
Okay.
And that's a perfect opportunity for you to learn how to play it.
Very cool. Okay, I'm down. Let's do it.
All right, what you got?
All right, and my last one is Queen by Midnight, which, by the way, Hannah, who was in the booth, saw this on the shelf and pointed it out, and I'm like, that is also super cool. So grabbed it up and put it on here.
I'm going to be honest, I have not played this one.
I have not heard of it, but I saw it and I was like, it looks like it is a mix of a card game, but it's got some really cool
To feature opponents
things on the
before the
back.
clock strikes 12, I like that.
I like the idea. Super pretty box, super pretty art. The art is just gorgeous. And I always like to not judge a book by its cover. So picking up something that I haven't heard of and just cool. Let's do it.
Well, looking at the
Something
back
new.
though, not just judging by its cover, but it does show off a little bit of the mechanics. It looks like it may be a bit of a deck builder with some other mechanics thrown in there.
I can see that.
We'll have to find out when we open one up. And
It is 3 to 6 players as
we
well.
will learn how to play it. 3 to 6.
We'll drag Jared or Hannah.
Maybe we
okay?
could get the entire team in here and a guest.
Ooh,
play with
we can
6
actually probably do that.
If you are interested in being a guest on one of our shows, you are welcome to email me or her or Hannah or anyway, it's the same email address. It's studio@theguardtower.com. All right, are you ready for the next one?
No.
Okay, now are you ready?
Yeah.
You know, I actually got her dancing on video earlier when we were adjusting the
It
car
was
key.
not, that really
And
was
she was like,
supposed
now
to be
watch
close.
me whip, and watch me nay nay,
It was
and
not
like,
supposed to be close.
and the screen froze,
It was
so
not-
I got her like,
It was not supposed to be closed.
it was amazing.
It's not going in the intro.
No, it's not going in the intro.
I don't want to be here.
So this is actually our store copy.
You stressed me out.
You stressed me out, putting holes in orphan shoes.
It's not my fault. He deserved it. Okay, what do you got for us? BattleTech?
I played a lot of BattleTech with my friends in San Antonio and as a kid. Are you familiar with the game, the MechWarrior games on PC?
I am not.
It's the same basic universe.
Okay.
Essentially, BattleTech takes place in the far future where humanity is spread among the stars, and then there's a big civil war, and then they lost contact with all the farthest flung planets. And so the farthest flung had a harder life, and so their technology developed faster. And then when they came back to the inner sphere, they waged war.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's pretty
interesting.
incredible.
So do you play as these?
It depends. There's 2 different timelines. Well, as these, yes. So I actually have the beginner box set and several of the expansions and like the universe book and everything I can show
Okay,
you.
so you're super into this.
I mean, I'm into a lot of games.
That's...
I'm going to show you something. Hold on.
Oh, God.
You can stand there and dance. I'm going to grab this book.
I'm not gonna dance.
Why aren't you going to dance?
No.
When I open this
It was clipped the first time, and that's quite
you're
enough.
going to gasp. Are you ready?
I'm scared.
Right. So this is the
Wow.
MechWarrior Universe book, right?
Okay.
So listen carefully as I open it.
That's so cool!
See?
Oh, that's sick.
So you open it up, and then inside there is the BattleTech Universe Special Edition. There is one that is not Special Edition. This one is kind of pricey. That's because it's the Special
Oh
Edition.
my God.
Look at
oh
how
my
beautiful
God.
that is. So inside, you have pictures of a lot of your mechs, right? So this is telling you the layout. And this is a transparency. It removes the armor and shows you the
That's
inside.
so cool.
And then it removes layer by layer to show you everything inside the mech and all of the components.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. That design is just awesome.
I love it. Ooh, that's a Marauder. This is one of my favorite mechs in the game. This is the Marauder.
Okay, okay.
So each of them are named. There's a lot of lore behind them and behind the names. But you can see the size on here. Let's show the camera. So this is an assault mech, which the sizes are, you have light, medium, heavy, and assault, right?
Okay.
This is an assault mech, but it's one of the lighter assault mechs. And these little guys here that are running into the foreground, this is the size of a normal person, and they fit inside this cockpit, and then this giant thing runs around and fires PPCs and lasers and what have you. Yeah, it's really cool.
That's so neat.
And then the inside of this, we also have a giant blown up copy of one of my favorite mechs of all time. This is the Timberwolf. The Timberwolf is a derivative of the Mad Cat, if you know anything about Battletech. So you got your missile salvos and all this. It's a very in-depth game.
So cool.
I love it.
Seriously, that's the attention to detail in these is it's so cool. Like I'm obsessed.
See, it's like photo activated. You ready?
That's so cool.
So in Battletech, you have armor that gets destroyed point by point on various parts of the body of your mech, and you can blow them up, right? And then this part here, this is the Battletech Remembrance book, and this is more lore. And I don't think that this book is sold separately. You have to get it in this special kit. But look, it's all talking about the origins of Battletech and how it was all created.
That's so cool. So it's a very lore deep game as well.
Very much so. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people a lot of people they don't really understand how deep the lore is for a lot of these games.
Agreed. I'm starting to see, especially when we started Warhammer and stuff like that.
Warhammer,
the lore
crazy
goes very deep.
And I was also surprised when I saw that Catalyst Games worked with Topps. They make
baseball cards.
Baseball cards. Yeah. When I was a kid, I had tons of them.
My stepdad loves baseball cards.
Reactor Online. All right,
so
I'm gonna sit this down. So what we have in this box, we have a couple of them. These are pre-painted minis.
He showed someone in the lobby earlier who was out there playing Battletech, and I did not look at this, so this is still new to me.
So these are the sheets that show the points of armor, and so when they get hit, you fill them in.
Oh, cool.
And when that's full, the armor is lost, and you go to the internal structure. When the internal structure is filled in, the arm is lost, and anything that was on it you can no longer use because it's gone.
Ooh, okay.
So there's a little layer of realism. This one comes with some posters and stuff, which is funny because I already hung all those posters in our hallway. We have a break room in our back hallway, and it has
lots of posters.
It has lots of posters, but this one, this is not the one we have.
Wow, look at that.
These.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Look, let's get the Timberwolf. That's one that you like.
Yeah.
Look at the little element. Oh, it's so cool.
So the elementals are actually from the clans, the ones that came into the inner. Huh? Yeah. So this is on the back. This is just all of the different mechs that are commonly found.
I just didn't know what it was.
Like the Blackjack and the Hatchet Man. The Hatchet Man is a melee fighting one. It actually has a hatchet attachment, and it can hack through enemy mechs. It's good stuff. So the other thing in this box, though, is that it is chock full of pre-painted miniatures.
Whoa, that's a lot of minis.
Yeah, it's enough for 6 people to play, or 2 people to play with a lot of minis. And this one is played on a hex grid, and so the direction you're facing actually changes who can shoot you and who you can shoot. I mean, you can shoot at anyone, but the likelihood of them actually damaging you changes depending on the way you're facing. So this kit, we are actually going to use on Table Ready probably in February.
Cool.
But
that's really neat.
I'm going to teach you how to play this at some point very soon.
Absolutely.
You cannot buy the retail grinder kit. This is for us to demonstrate to you guys. But I am going to show off all of the other Battletech stuff that I have when I teach you how to play this on this show. Exciting
stuff. I am extremely excited to try out. Is that what we have?
You had asked about another game. I'm going to let her go get it.
Hold on.
As she runs in front of the camera like she's known to do. Why can't you just come around the back?
Because I like to make life more complicated, James. You know this. Okay, so they played this without me. I
did.
am deeply upset. So I'm gonna make them play it again.
Wormspan.
Extremely excited to play this.
So if you're familiar with Wingspan, and you liked it, you're going to like Wormspan. I didn't really have any complaints about Wingspan, but as I thought to myself, how could I improve Wingspan? And everything that I was like, oh, maybe if I had this kind of mechanic, they did that with Wormspan. So instead of raising birds, you were raising dragons. And yeah, it is, right? So you basically collect resources and go on little missions to raise dragons. That was all open.
Okay,
we
I was
played
making
it before, yeah.
Yeah, you guys played it without me. But, you know, I'm not
That's
upset.
not my fault.
Not upset whatsoever.
This was during the time where you would rather pet dogs than come and be on screen.
Okay, there was pet land right next to us. It's fine. It was not my fault.
The pet land is actually gone now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. But
I like to go down there. It was very frustrating.
I would gladly play this again on the stream to teach you how to play, but what I'd really like to do is maybe get some special guests from our audience or just like players in the store, and we can bring them in because I believe this is up to 6 players, up to 5 players. So if it's you and I, with our crew, there's enough of us to play it. But we could easily get 2 more players from the show, and then we just do it.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I've been eyeing it for a while.
So if you like what you see, again, stay tuned to Tabletop Scholar because in future episodes, we're likely going to review all of these, do learn to plays on them, and then later you may see them on Table Ready. If there is anything that you would like to see us play or like to see us review or open, anything, feel free to leave a message in the comments or to email us at studio@guardtower or at theguardtower.com. Again, it's studio@theguardtower.com.
Are you sure?
Yes, absolutely sure. And see, now you made me forget what I was going to say. Please like and subscribe. Follow our channels on Twitch and YouTube. As we expand, we're also on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah,
we
I run
post
the
stuff on
TikTok.
Facebook sometimes. If TikTok's still around in a few weeks. If it is, we're going to still be on it. And
I'll never let go.
it's okay. Download your videos now. Yeah. But thank you for joining us. We hope that you like what you see. We hope you piqued some interest. Please message us and let us know if you have any questions about any of these games at all. We will do our best to answer you, either in the chat or responding to your messages, or we might just answer you on the show. So
If you want autographs, you can line up at the door. My autograph's not his.
if you want autographs, you can come to Guard Tower West and harass Jade.
I'll be here rolling the dice. At the new
Okay.
dice tower that we have a brand new dice tower if you want to come by. Roll some dice. You can test your dice before you buy, and we have build your own kits now.
Yep,
so you
yep.
can have, they're 69 cents a piece and $4.99 for a box of 7 with a clear case.
Yep.
Awesome.
When she says dice tower, we're not talking like dice tower.
We're
If it were
talking
sitting on this table,
dice
it's
tower.
literally this tall.
And so you drop it in the top of the tower, it'll roll down, and if you get a nat 20, you should get it.
I have rolled 60 dice through that tower at once, like 2-hand, like scoop and just drop it in, and it all goes through.
By the
It's
concerned
fantastic.
looks of customers, he has done that.
No, you're confused. See, they went, oh, I want to do that too, and then they go over and they do it.
And then they
Anyway,
buy it.
thank you so much for joining us on Tabletop Scholar. I am James,
I'm Jade.
and we'll see you next time.
Bye.